college student can suck. You all know it's true. Next week is finals week, and what are all of your teachers, bishops, and employers doing? They're giving you more work. As though you don't have enough to do already, they're going to give you more. It's like they've forgotten that you've only got 24 hours to accomplish everything that's required of you. Now, how many of you guys are stressed out about next week? Raise your hands. I know it's most of you. Okay, that's what I thought. All of us are stressed out, and I don't want to stress out you guys anymore. So I want you to stop thinking about how much stress you're going to have next week, and come over here. I want you to close your eyes and think of all the relationships that you have. There's mom and dad, there's roommates, friends, maybe a boyfriend or girlfriend. And I want you to ask yourself, am I giving them enough of my time? Enough of my quality time? If you're not, you should be. Why? Well, Time and Newsweek magazine have watched this trend that's been occurring over the last 7 years, that if we give more to education and to work, we give less to our family. Now, how bad is it? Well, divorcerate.org shows that America has a 50% divorce rate, meaning that 1 in 2 marriages will fall apart because couples don't have enough time for each other. Now, that's sad. But it doesn't need to be any of us inside of this room. It doesn't. Because I'm going to share with you a key insight into happy relationships that I've had to learn. But before I do, you all need to learn and meet a friend of mine named Lance Jensen. This is my friend as I first met him when he was in 4th grade. He always wore this 49ers sweatshirt. We did everything together. We played sports together, we go paintballing together, we tortured his sister together. In high school, we did the craziest things, honestly stupid, that we would never ever tell our parents about. One time, we toilet papered a house with 98 rolls of toilet paper. What we didn't know was that the owner was not only awake, but drunk and had a shotgun. That was a great story. For another time, but it was a great story. Another thing we loved to do was to go fishing for golf balls in the local golf course. But as college approaches, you have to take more time getting ready for the ACT, preparing your resume, because you want to go to college. Eventually, I got my admission call, and I went to Singapore. He went to Mississippi. I came back and went to BYU. And he came back and went to BYU, Idaho. Later that summer of 2009, I got a job in San Antonio, Texas. And while I was walking the streets, I randomly got this phone call from Lance Jensen. And he tells me that he's dating this great girl, one that we both knew, named Bethany Taylor. They were engaged to be married that August, and he wanted me to be there. I vowed I would be. 2 weeks later, I was walking that same street, and I got another phone call. When I picked this one up, I knew something was terribly, terribly wrong. It was my friend, Madison Beckstead. And through her tears, she was able to mumble just a couple words. Tim, it's Lance. They pulled his body from the river about an hour ago. Lance is dead. My best friend had died in the Snake River in a tragic accident. And what was worse was his fiancée watched him die. I want you to imagine your emotions as you travel from San Antonio, Texas, for 2 days, all the way to Preston, Idaho, where the funeral was to be held. As I walked into the church, I saw all of his belongings just sitting there, and waves of emotion flashed over me. As I went to watch the memorial video, I watched for 15 minutes as hundreds of videos and photos passed by, and I was not depicted in a single one of them. Being a college student might suck, but going to your best friend's funeral and realizing that you were never really a part of his life is even worse. We were warned about this. Just last October, Dieter F. Uchtdorf had a talk of things that matter most, where he testified that no other successes can compensate for failure in the home, and in my case, failure with a friend. He also reminded us that love is really spelled T-I-M-E, time. Ladies and gentlemen, isn't it about time? Isn't it about our time that we devote to those who are most important to us? Now I know next week None of you have a lot of time. We're all stressed out, we've got plenty to do. But I want you to go home, and I want you to live your life just like you always have. But look for 15 to 30 minutes that you can devote to that relationship. You know the one that's struggling right now. Make a phone call, take a picture, and create a memory. Because you don't know when it's going to go away. Now if you'll do this, I want you to raise your hand. Really, raise it. I promise you will not regret it. Because I don't want you to be the one that goes to your best friend's funeral and realizes that you were never their best friend.